So, where do I start? Well, basically, one day I was basically combining fandoms and just doing like different realities or whatever, but then I was making some pretty interesting what-if scenarios of how things would have played out in totally different unrelated fandoms. It was pretty interesting. I love the ideas and concept I made in my head. But then I was like, oh, what if I made a series out of this? And then I was like, which ones would work actually? Because there's a lot of possibilities. I mean, originally I planned to do it with Starkiller, but I was like, nah, I don't want it to be too obvious. I mean, he's not really that powerful. I mean, he could work as an overlord, but But then I thought of the great candidate for this one. The man, the legend, the ghost of Sparta, the god of war, Kratos. Initially, before Hazbin Hotel or the Helluvaverse, I originally wanted to intend this for, maybe something like for Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, maybe the Owl House, or maybe Gravity Falls, or even Rick and Morty for that matter. I mean, those would have been very interesting, I will say. But I think Kratos would be perfect for the Helluvaverse, considering he's already been to the Norse Pantheon, and of course he's going to the future Pantheons followed, of course, Christianity included. Now, time and place was very important to me, considering I needed to find a way how this would work. Would this take place before God of War 3? I knew that couldn't work because, it's straight after God of War 2. Then I originally did to either God of War 2018 or God of War Ragnarok, but I was like, nah, we're gonna do young Kratos. And I know I've only made 2 episodes so far, but if you want to know where this takes place, it takes place during halfway or near the end of God of War 3. My original idea was I was gonna actually do it right at the start of God of War 3. And how I would do that was basically merge and combine the worlds. Mostly from Greece into Hell, so we would have gotten like Mount Olympus, some parts of Athens, the Colossus of Rhodes, what else? The Isle of Creation would have been there, and of course the entirety of the Greek underworld. Cause hey, why not? The original idea would have also had to bring all the gods of Olympus and all the Titans, Atlas and Kronos included, and basically it would have been an all-out war between the Overlords, the Seven Sins, the Titans, and the gods. Oh, and the angels would also be involved in this. But for Kratos, the first fight for him would have not only been Poseidon, but also Altair at the same time, so he would be fighting 2 pretty much overpowered beings. Kratos would of course defeat both of them, and he would have done the same exact thing for Poseidon's death, but for Altair, he would not only just cut off his legs, but would also stab him with the blade of Olympus. So pretty much, yeah. Some of the other overlords would have been dealt with by several other gods, and those gods are Apollo, Artemis, Odysseus, and many more. For Adam and Lut, those 2 would have been crushed by Hercules, or Hera-Achilles, just for correct accuracy. So that was pretty much what I had for the first episode, but I was like, I should probably take things a little more easy, but totally crazy, so yeah. So I decided to start things off with Kratos being randomly teleported to the Helluvaverse, and him taking on a bunch of angels. 1 Spartan to 1,000. I mean, it works, come on. And the rest was pretty simple. And honestly, I had no idea if this series was going to be a hit or not for me. I mean, it could just been a low view or high view, but oh my god, I did not expect that. Oh my god, we all got a lot of interest here, my friends. Combining 2 different unrelated fandoms, and we got something very interesting. And I guess now it could be a good time to point out some of the references I made. I did a recap of the current events of God of War 3, then some followed flashbacks of God of War 1 where Kratos got the Blades of Chaos, and of course Altair mentioning how he brutally killed the gods. In episode 2, Kratos had lemonade wine, which would be a foreshadowing for Atreus' first kind of drink in God of War 2018. Also, somebody mentioned about the Verbalace thing. Oh, what a waste of 50k. Oh my god. The sword that Lucifer gives to Kratos is actually from a video game called The Darkness. No idea what that is, but I researched it and I was like, oh, it's like a horror fantasy fighting game or something, so That's pretty cool. I mean, I had no idea what weapon he would be given, so hey. Kratos also hears the voices of the gods, and of course Kronos, and we also get Deimos again, so he'll show up again at some point in the series. Now, I was also deciding which comic dubs I was also going to bring in, because there was a lot for me to work out. I was like, which one should I do? And I was like, you know what? Let's just bring in the Human and the Hellhound, because that's basically one of my favorite Helluva Boss fan series that I've been following for quite a while now, so yeah. So yeah, expect to see Sack Trill in the next episode. Also, go subscribe to Demon Dagger Productions, and yeah. And of course watch the series, because I really do enjoy it. And of course I decided to save this one for last, because if you hear that familiar whistle, that is actually a kind of like dark version of the Thomas the Tank Engine whistle, so yeah. It was a pretty cool Easter egg. I also heard one of you guys are also a fan of both Thomas the Tank Engine and God of War. That's really surprising, actually. For more background on this, I was actually originally gonna have Thomas be in the actual series itself, but hey, I may do a few more surprises, maybe, just maybe. But anyway, he was originally going to be in the series as kind of like a side character. He was going to go for a more demonic look because, well, hell, I mean, hey. But I decided to do a more realistic approach, to have his model to be like the real life one. And if you notice on the real life model, he doesn't have a face. Well, I mean, you could say that's his punishment in hell. I mean, hey. Man. And that pretty much covers everything. Also, I am working with an artist called Nico Leo. So yeah, we're going to be working together for some like artwork of, you know, Kratos and the Helluvaverse. So you'll be seeing that very soon within the next few episodes of mine. And trust me, I've got some interesting ideas of mine. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah. And as always, I will see you in the next video. So yeah. Also, here's a sneak peek for episode 3. Well, I could just give you a little background of how we kind of did this little arrangement thing about... Oh, Blitzy. Blitzy? Who is this? Oh, Stolas, this is Kratos. He's my new employee. Oh, so you're the red tattoo man that everyone's been talking about recently. But, more importantly, Kratos, why are you exactly here?